My dear students, good morning. This is Deepak and today I shall be taking up the chapter The Proposal that is written by Anton Chekhov. In the online class, I have already finished the chapter, and so today I shall be discussing with you some of the important short answer questions and long answer questions from this chapter, The Proposal. So, let's start. Why does Natalia quarrel with Lomov? What is the result? Lomov fought with Natalia for a piece of land. Both of them wanted to have a claim for the same piece of land, that is, Oxen Meadows. The second time they fought for their dogs to establish the superiority of one over the other. Lomov and Natalia are not able to decide whose dog is superior, as Natalia is proud of her dog, Squeezer, who is young and belongs to a pedigree, whereas Lomov considers it to be uppershot and boasts of his pet, Guess, who he thinks is a first-rate dog. But Natalia considers Guess to be old and ugly as a worn-out cab horse. Next question. Why is Chubkov surprised at Lomov's wearing of a formal evening dress when Lomov comes to meet him? Chubkov is surprised at Lomov's wearing of a formal evening dress as there was no formal occasion known to him. He asked Lomov if he was going somewhere in such a nice dress. Lomov told him that he had come to his house to propose Natalia. Next question. Chubkov says to Lomov, "And I have always loved you, my angel, as if you were my own son." Is he sincere in saying so? Give reasons. Chubkov says to Lomov, "And I have always loved you, my angel, as if you were my own son." No, he is not sincere in saying so. He didn't have a good opinion about him. He thought that he had come there to ask for some money. He changed his stand only when he came to know that Lomov wanted to marry Natalia, his daughter. It was something that Chubkov always wanted. Next question. What was Lomov's opinion about Squeezer? Lomov's opinion about Squeezer was not positive. He considered Squeezer a bad hunter. Lomov was sure that dog's lower jaw was shorter than the upper one. He thought it to be of inferior quality. With what request does Lomov come to Chubkov? What is his state of mind at that time? Lomov came to Chubkov to request him to allow him to propose to his daughter Natalia. At that time he was suffering from weakness. His limbs became weak, numb. Whenever he was excited, his heart started palpitating. His foot often became numb and he was unable to bear the shock in life. What is the ailment that Lomov is suffering from? Lomov is suffering from weakness or depression. His limbs become numb. Whenever he is excited, his heart starts palpitating. His foot often becomes numb and he is unable to bear the shock in life. Next question. Chubkov was thinking of refusing Lomov's proposal without even knowing of later's intentions. When he came to know that Lomov had come to ask for the hand of his daughter, he showered love and blessings on Lomov. Was he really sincere, or was it just an example of his dual personality? Do you like such kind of people? Give your opinion in 120 to 150 words. Chubkov is a very diplomatic person. Thinking that Lomov had come to borrow some money, he posed himself to be very sweet and wanted to refuse him somehow. But when Lomov disclosed his real intention of marrying his daughter, he changed colors and started showing exaggerated love. He was not sincere. In fact, he possesses a dual personality. I don't like such selfish persons. They can do anything to fulfill their interests. In fact, we can say that they are opportunists. These persons can even go to the extent of harming others in their self-interest. Most often they become successful in deceiving others, but they end up being hated by all. Next question. Natalia and her father both accused Lomov of telling a lie regarding the Oxen widows, but when Natalia came to know that Lomov had come to propose her, she at once wanted him back. This shows her selfishness. What traits of Natalia's character are revealed here? Do you like her? Both Chubkov and her daughter Natalia have a dual personality. Natalia welcomed him warmly and talked with him pleasantly. But when Lomov referred to the Oxen meadows, a disputed piece of land, as my Oxen meadows, she objected strongly, saying that the land belonged to them. The argument went on for some time. When she came to know that Lomov wanted to marry her, she at once changed her tactics and hysterically told her father to bring Lomov back. Like her father, she also turned out to be very selfish. As she was about to pass the marriage age, she was desperate to get married. In spite of those differences in their thought and opinions, she agreed to marry him. I don't like Natalia as she is too self centered, short tempered, and eccentric. Just to settle down in her life, she agreed to marry Lomov, with whom she had much differences. One should always be honest in one's behavior, never compromise on your values. Next question. Throughout the play, the characters tried to overpower each other by insulting and abusing. They were angered very easily. Do you think it is very necessary to learn how to manage our anger? What are the harms of being too ill-tempered? Suggest some ways to keep your calm in even the worst of the situations. Throughout the play, the characters are seen arguing and hurling abuses at each other over petty issues. They are angered very easily and never hesitate to blame the other person for nothing. The important thing to learn here is how to control our anger. Some people get easily excited and lose control, but anger has many ill effects too. The person who gets angry easily is prone to many diseases like high blood pressure, nervous breakdown, heart attack, etc. So it is of utmost importance to maintain one's calm even in the worst of the situation. Follow these simple rules to manage your anger. Take deep breaths to keep stress at bay. Count till 10 to minimize your angry feelings. Have a glass of cold water to calm your nerves. More importantly, avoid retaliating at once. Next question. Forgiveness is the foundation of cordial relationship. Do you agree? How is this message conveyed in the play The Proposal? How can forgiveness be inculcated in the students in the schools? Yes, it is true that forgiveness is the foundation of all the cordial relationships in our society. Most of the time, enmity is developed due to communication gap or misunderstanding. Lack of tolerance and mismanagement of anger lead to enmity. Whenever there is any disagreement or difference of opinion, one must sit together and sort out the issue amicably. One must forgive another. One must forgive another. We make fences and spoil relationships. Anton Chekhov has conveyed this message in the play The Proposal. Lomov and Chubkov are neighbors. They have a controversy on the issue of ownership of the Oxen meadows. They also have a difference of opinion on the superiority of the breed of their dogs. Lomov wants to resolve the issue and visits Chubkov with a purpose to propose Natalia. On the other hand, when Chubkov sees Lomov, he suspects that he must have come for borrowing money. It is only the lack of forgiveness that creates unnecessary misunderstandings and leads to quarrel on petty issues. The matter is not sorted out until they forgive each other. Forgiveness should be inculcated amongst the students in our schools through examples from real life and literature. My dear students, there are lots of questions that can be generated from this chapter. I request all of you to find out those questions, and if you face to any kind of problem, you can share it with me anytime. Thank you very much for listening to the content.